Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Zoronden, and you are tuned in to the Alliance Pandaren joining quest chain. Today we are of course joining the Alliance. Now I did catch this one a little earlier than the Horde one, so I'm not actually there yet. So you'll get to see a little extra footage as well as hear some voiced lines by Master Shang-Zi, Cloud Singer, and G. So I'm going to let that play as I grab it here. Alright, quick edit there. I did have to abandon the quest to get these voiced again. So again, I'll go ahead and let you watch them as they go.
You've all accomplished a great thing in saving Shenzhen Su. You do us all proud. It seems your journeys are not done. These new allies of ours come from a broken world that could use our help.
Master Shang-Zi, I would like to accompany the Alliance back to their home.
What of you, Chi? Will you join the Horde in their journey back?
Yes. Perhaps that is for the best. I like what I've seen of them, and it sounds as though their world could use my help.
And you, my young student, where will you go?
And of course here you can see the nice choose your destiny kind of scroll where you get to choose your alliance or your horde, and you get a short readout of what they are. So I am going to go ahead and choose alliance, since that is this video of course. And there will be a nice little video here taking you to Stormwind. It's not yet implemented yet, of course. And you can also notice in the little action bar to the left, I did get all of my kind of racial abilities and faction-based abilities, all that stuff. And of course you can see me getting access to account-wide mounts and all my pets, so I got just a ton of achievements for all that stuff. And so we'll notice Cloud Singer is here, as well as Jojo. He is supposed to have his Jade Pillar. He doesn't appear to have that at the moment. So we'll turn in a new fate.
Good to see you.
And we'll get joining the Alliance from her. And just like G Firepaw, sorry, they're going to follow us, so it's sort of like an escort mission. So we'll head on into the city and see what little comments everybody's going to have for us. You'll notice no repairs have been done to Stormwind just yet. We're hoping that's going to happen, but they haven't revealed if that's going to happen yet or not. And this is kind of cool. Marcus Jonathan will talk to you a bit. I'm saying we're going to seek an audience with your emperor, and he kind of laughs. He's like, Emperor? We have a king, not an emperor. And then he does tell us to behave ourselves inside of Alliance territory, as we're not yet members of the Alliance. So we'll head on into the main square of Stormwind, the trade district, and we'll continue to get little comments on the way to King Varian. And little boy there calling us gnolls, and little girl's like, those aren't gnolls, use your eyes. And then she calls us furbolgs. Well, I guess we're sort of close to furbolgs. And of course Asaya, Cloud Singer, will notice the mission board. And it's just like G Firepaw. She's going to be excited that we'll have plenty of things to do once we join the Alliance. And we'll head on up here, and some mages will see us. We'll make a comment on our status, you know, being here. Now, there's supposed to be a guy right here. Oh, there he is, sleeping. Oh, I'm not sure why he's stealthed, but it's a Worgen, you know, basically saying he knows what it's like to join the Alliance as well. And, yeah, it worked out well for him for joining the Alliance. So, that's kind of cool to see a former character who joined, you know, a race that joined, welcoming us joining. So we'll continue to head on towards the keep. You will notice there are some Pandaren emissaries walking around. It is a battleground weekend for one of the new Pandaren battlegrounds. So that's what those guys are. Got a nice drunk guy there. Never thinking he's seeing things because there's pandas running through town. Head on up here. I believe these guys will say some stuff. And these are, of course, I believe 2 paladins, yes. And they can sense that our intentions are good and that the light is strong with us. That, particularly that one, which I believe they mean me. I would assume they mean me. I am going to be the hero of the land or whatever. But of course, JoJo is what is the light. We don't know the Church of the Light. So, even though Pandarens can have priests, that doesn't mean they follow the light or know what that is. Head on up to King Varian. He's of course in his familiar location in the throne room. Nothing too changed here. Again, Greymane is still here, so is Anduin.
I am Varian, but I am also Logosh.
We'll get our quest from Varian, and we are going to accompany him to do some stuff as well as we did with Garrosh. You'll notice the Pandaren are still smaller than Rin, as the case does happen with NPC models. They kind of have to be bigger so they stand out in the crowd. And then, of course, he is going to talk about the conditions of joining the Alliance, just like Garrosh. We all look, the Alliance races look out for each other, provide aid to each other. He's more talking about unity and how we're a people and we operate, instead of how the Horde is literally like a Jenga tower. That's what it feels like from the difference of these two side missions, or little intro missions, is that the Horde is a Jenga tower, and it only works when all the pieces are there. If one or two gets pulled out, the whole thing's going to collapse. And then the Alliance makes it sound like it's a more of a interweaving of people working together. I don't know, they just give it a depressing outlook for the Horde, and maybe that's some of the angle they're looking to take with Pandaria, since we are going to take Garrosh out of power at the end of it. So I'm not sure about that. And then, of course, he does mention that you cannot align with any Horde Pandaren, that they're no longer to be affiliated with us in any way. The coolest part about this, though, is once we get up here, you, of course, turn in this quest, and we get a spar with the king. It's kind of cool. So we'll do a big fight with him, and you know, pretty much anything you do is gonna miss. He's gonna fight like he's a 90 or an 85 or whatever, so you're not really able to do much. He's gonna taunt you, but just keep hitting at him, and eventually, when you do manage to finally hit him, you'll knock him on his butt. Quite amusing. And of course, Cloud Singer and JoJo are like, you just hit our new king. But that's the great thing. He frickin' loves it. He's a warrior at heart. You knock him on his ass and he's all invigorated and loves it. And you know, if you question how was I able to do that as such a lowly level character, the Pandaren have been separated for almost 10,000 years. He's not used to our fighting style, so I got in a nice jab on him.
The line of Stormwind's kings has been restored. So
that is the Alliance joining quest. So for Horde and for Alliance, you now can have seen those. Personally, the Alliance one I think is a lot cooler. You get more face time with the king. Of course, the Alliance king isn't going anywhere, so that's probably the case. So I want to thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. I am, of course, Zoronden, and I'll see you on the other side.